Hello there, Trojans. This is Aaron Hagedorn, and it's a pleasure to see you here in Gerontology 500. I hope that we can put together the expertise of all of the people we have in our class and make this an interesting learning experience for everyone. I've been at the Gerontology School since 1996, though I have to confess, as a student at first. I have a master's in healthcare administration, a master's in gerontology. I worked a little bit for AARP. I worked a little bit for a nursing home. And I've been involved in research here at the Gerontology Center for the last 8 years. My area of expertise is largely in demography of aging, as well as sociology and careers in aging. I'm in charge of the internship program here, so it's my job to get our students jobs. So I hope I can be helpful to you if you're in that position of needing a job. And it's my job to try and make this course as applicable as possible to your interests. So I look forward to learning more about your interests and how we can organize this course to meet your needs. I'll be working with Dr. Lindsay Baker throughout this semester to make this an interesting course. Dr. Baker will help us with lectures as well as grading. We haven't fully decided how we're going to do that, but most likely we'll divide the grading in such a way that Dr. Baker will grade some of the assignments and I will grade others, and you'll get, for example, there's 2 papers in this course. Probably Dr. Baker will grade one and I will grade the other. You'll see us both commenting on the discussion board alongside of you, and you'll see us both contributing to the lectures, both video and written. Actually, the decision to include Dr. Baker was very recent when our enrollment grew very large. So Dr. Baker's involvement will start next week with the demography of aging. I want to show you a little bit around our course and how this works. When you first log into our course, this is what you'll see. And usually I'll post you an announcement telling you when the lecture is posted. I should have the lectures posted on Monday around noon, though some days are very busy and maybe a little bit later on the day on Monday, but by Monday you should get your lectures, and I'll put an announcement here when the lecture is up and ready. So that's the announcements. The announcements disappear after a week, so if you actually click on the word announcements, you'll see all of the old announcements. The syllabus will tell you more about how we're, what I expect each week. We'll modify this slightly as the semester goes on, as I learn about your interests and as new things happen in the news. For example, in week 3 we have a discussion that I labeled as Medicare. Last year we focused mostly on Medicare, but this year there's so much going on in healthcare reform. We're going to start covering a lot of healthcare reform and how it affects older adults. And the situation with Medicare has changed a lot as well. So I'm working right now on updating that and getting some of the latest material. And because healthcare is such an important news event, we'll have some discussions of that on our discussion board, and perhaps one of the group assignments will be a debate on healthcare. You'll note there's 2 written assignments. This is very valuable for us in understanding your ability to write and giving you feedback. The first is a book review where we ask you to choose a book in the field. I'm hoping it has some academic bend. Please let me know the title before you start writing. I'll look at it online and get an idea whether or not it has that academic bend. I'll be providing you some ideas of books that could work, though we're open to your suggestions. And also a 10-page research paper where you pick a research area. Hopefully it'll be related to one of the sessions in our class, but I'm somewhat flexible on that. And you're going to go out and search for the latest research on that and incorporate that into a research paper. I'll have example papers so you know what I mean. Starting next week, there'll be a short presentation. We'll explain more about that next week. It won't be very difficult. We already have a template made for you. You'll just need to import the data into the template and modify the presentation to fit your needs. How you do the presentation is up to you. You can either do a PowerPoint with a voice narration, that would be great, or you can do a PowerPoint and just write out the script, that's fine. You can use a webcam, or you can use software like I'm using that captures the screen and the voice. It's up to you. I can work with you individually to make that happen. We'll have a quiz essentially every other week. We have here listed starting on the third week. Very simple quiz just to make sure you've been doing the readings. And please post comments to the discussion board every week. It's our hope that through the discussion board we can get to know each other and discuss ideas. Now we have such a large class, we'll probably end up dividing the discussion board into different groups later in the semester, so you won't necessarily see everyone's comment every week, but we'll mix it up in such a way that you'll get to know each person and hopefully build some relationships in the class. So this week is just a very basic overview of the field of gerontology, and next week we get into the demography and a little bit more into practical aspects of the course. Week 3 we're going to get into healthcare and the healthcare debate and how it affects seniors. Week 4 we're doing a lot of emphasis on theories. A lot of theories have been developed in the last 50 years in this field, and we'll tell you about the major ones and how they're being used today. Dr. Baker is an expert in the aging family and intergenerational relationships, and you'll learn a lot about that on week 5. We're going to cover psychology, nutrition, biology, some of the major diseases, economics, housing, and long-term care. We have lots of people in the course that are experts in long-term care, so I'll be working with you guys in advance to make sure that we cover all the major topics in that area that are of interest to you, and that perhaps ways that you can contribute to our understanding of long-term care. Legal issues, death, dying, and professional issues. Now I may rearrange some of these last 2 or 3 lectures a little bit in order to take advantage of some guest speakers we have coming to the university. But I will update that on the announcements and let you know. Also on the Blackboard site, let's see if I click on Course Home, it has a My Tasks. I'll add assignments to the task list, so you'll see very clearly what are the tasks and when they're due. Actually, there's also an assignments thing on the left here, where I will do my best to keep this updated about the assignments, the lectures. One important thing I want you to notice, if you click on lectures, we have each of the week's lectures. I'll be posting these the week that they match the syllabus, so while I have week 2 and week 3 here, I don't have the lecture content there yet. That will be posted that week. But when you click on Learning Module, you're going to have to click on where it says Contents here to actually see all of the things. There's a lecture, written lecture, there's some articles, and the standard view of this only shows you one at a time, and you'd have to click on this right arrow in the corner to jump to the next one. I don't know why this new version of Blackboard does this. I'll have to make this more clear in the future, but where it says Contents here, we'll show you all of the things in that week. So that's about it for the way the class will work. Next, I will make a video about with a little PowerPoint. Okay.